G'day, so we're progressing here with our first ride on Beau. So we're taking things pretty slow. So the first cue to ask him to walk off here is pick that lead up off his neck, lean forward and put both legs on there. As soon as you get that forward movement, release the cue. And see he's stopped at the fence there, so I'm going to put that cue back on and just ask him to walk forward again. Just keep that lead up his neck there, lean forward, squeeze, cluck if I need to. And as soon as he walks off like that there, we'll release the cue. When I get a little bit of forward like I do there, he's not looking to stop, and I'll put on a one rein stop. And see how I've picked up the rein there and put the leg on. He's stopped straight away and he's flexed laterally, but he's not come off that leg. So I'll hold on that cue and until he does come off the leg. I just find that if you just take that stop from the lateral flexion and you don't insist on him coming off the leg, it takes away the meaning of the cue altogether. So then when you actually do need that one rein stop in an emergency, it's not there because he doesn't instinctively come off that leg. So I'll pick up that rein there again, lean forward, squeeze, cluck, and he's still looking for different answers. He's still not quite sure. Then he walks forward there, and we'll release that cue. He stops at the fence again, and that's okay. Like you've got to expect these things. He's just looking for ways out, and that's okay. So I just put that cue back on there, squeeze, and you can probably see that I'm jiggling the seat there a little bit just to add a little bit of an extra element to the cue itself.
Nice and relaxed, but active.
And there we've got a nice, active, little bit distracted, but a nice active walk. And he's looking out. He's looking for different places to be. He's looking for different answers. But as long as he's walking there, leave him alone for a bit, and then pick up that rein. Ask for the one rein stop. I'll take a bit of time there. Give him a good rub. It's a pretty stressful event for him, the first ride. He's not sure what's going on or how to take it. So when they're doing good like this, you can't love on them enough. I think you've got to give them plenty of time to rest and relax, take it all in, give them plenty of reward for their effort. So he walked off there by himself. So I'll just pick up that lead and put the inside leg on, ask for a one rein stop, hind quarter yield, and that'll just be a little deterrent for him. Every time he tries to walk off by himself, I'll put on a one rein stop. And that's just adding a little bit of pressure, brings his attention back to me, and just lets him know when his attention wanders and he goes to do his own thing, I'm going to ask him to do something. So he's already sort of getting a little bit of an idea that that's what's going to happen. You see there, he pivoted on the front, just yielded his hindquarters by himself without a cue. And there we get a nice big yawn, big let down, lick and chew. That's really nice to see. He's relaxing himself through the process. And of course we've got to do everything on both sides. Just flick the lead over there, check the lateral flexion this side, just make sure that's still good. I haven't asked for a hind quarter yield there, so I'll wait until he stops his feet, then I'll put the leg on and ask for the yield. And then I won't let go of that lateral flexion until he stops his feet. Again, he's shifted his feet on the lateral flexion. I'll wait till the feet stop, put the leg on, ask for the hindquarter yield. And then we'll go for some more forward. Pick up that rein, lean forward, squeeze, release as soon as he steps forward. And I won't ask for much more than this for a first ride. You know, it's a pretty stressful experience as it is for them. You know, the last thing you want to do is ask for that little bit too much and turn it into a fight. You know, risk like an anxious reaction, bucking, all sorts of things can happen from that. I'd rather, for the first experience for them, I'd rather them have a positive experience, keep it nice and calm and relaxed, you know, and then we can come back on the next ride and ask for a little bit more and progress. You know, I like to, as I've said a few times before, I like to spend a fair bit of time here through these early rides, just sitting and relaxing, and letting them take it all in. It's a good time as well to check on your, or reinforce your lateral flexion. You know, that can't get too soft. You can't practice that too much. And again, see, I picked up that lead and asked for the lateral flexion, and he yielded his hindquarters without asking. So I've waited till he stopped his feet. Then I put that leg on, and that's just a little bit of a way to reinforce. Don't move your feet until I ask you to move your feet, or you're going to have to move your feet some more. Just teaches them to wait on you that little bit more, be a little bit more patient, anticipate just a little bit less. So I picked up that rein there and just asked for a change of direction, and I got that straight away, and I wasn't expecting that. That's a really nice surprise to see. It's a really nice sign that he's picking it up that soon. I wasn't expecting him to take that change of direction that well at all. And he goes to walk off a little bit there. So I'll ask for that one rein stop. Again, it's just a little technique to keep them thinking, keep their attention on you, and just make them wait that little bit more for you. It's an important lesson for these green horses to learn to understand that they need to wait for you. They need to stay patient and calm and wait for you to tell them what to do. I like to keep that when I'm asking them to just stand. I like to be really consistent with that, the rein and the hand on the neck there at the front of the wither. And you can see he's getting the idea as far as not walking off by himself, and when he feels like he needs to move his feet, he's feeling a bit anxious, he's pivoting on the front, yielding his hindquarters instead. So I'm not going to interrupt him when he does that. It's just a little bit of process that he needs to go through when he's feeling a bit anxious. And again, we pick up the rein there, lean forward, put the legs on, just ask for that walk there. And there, I've just got a change of direction. Just pick up that lead, just a nice soft feel on that lead. When he gives to it and his front feet follow his nose, release. And that's the start of our changing of directions. Get him to follow that feel. So he stopped at the fence there by himself, so I'm just going to hold that lead up the neck, legs on, cluck at him if I need to. Just get him walking forwards again. And this is the start of teaching him to hold gait. So I put him in a gait and I expect him to hold the gait. And this is the early stages of learning that. And again, there we make it obvious. Pick up the lead, lean forward, legs on. So give him the softest cue first that I want him to go forwards. And then release everything as soon as he does. And we get a little change of direction there, I like that. Put that on again, so he stopped by himself. So I'll keep squeezing with both legs. Put the go forward cue back on. When we get forward, I'll release. He's just pivoting there. As soon as I got the forward motion, release the legs. Just ask for that little change of direction there. I just want his nose to come to me and then his front feet to follow his nose, bends through the body. That's brilliant. That's perfect. Exactly what I'm after. He stops at the gate there. So I'll just hold that rein up his neck. Keep those legs on. Cluck at him if I need to. You know, just try and get that attention back. Get him to understand that he needs to be paying attention to what I'm asking of him. And he stops there again. So I'll just put those legs on. Tickle him with the heels. Flick the lead a little bit backwards and forwards. Just give him a little bit more to think about. Just waiting for his weight to lean forwards, half a step even, and I'll release these cues all together. And there, everything off. So because we had a little bit of trouble there, I'm going to use this as a spot to quit, because he's just given me this feeling that he's just getting a little bit anxious about everything. It's working up a little bit much, and if I push for too much more, I feel like I'm going to end up in a fight. So I think this is a really good spot to quit. And as soon as I jump off, loosen the cinch. You know, give him a reward, because he's done really, really well.